right. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us this week on another market review with Maxi. I'm Max, and I'm joined with Sid, as usual. And this week, we just wanted to check in really quick with the Bitcoin and the Ethereum markets, just like we did last week. So we have actually the video up here that we shared last week where we were looking at what was going on with the crypto markets. They were getting very volatile, having a big, red sell-off day, and a lot of, chatter.
2 weeks ago, actually.
Oh, that's
Maybe
true.
2 weeks
Oh, that's
ago,
true. Yeah, we've been slacking, haven't posted the video the week
Well,
in between.
we were waiting for the next trend, sort of like big update.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
So but last time we were looking at it, it was like the day the markets were really moving. We were getting a lot of chatter about like, oh, it's a bear market. Things are, going to continue to fall off. And so we were quickly coming in to make a video to show kind of our take on that. And then you can kind of see what we had marked out were here in the lines, the kind of like course of action that we were expecting to see in the coming weeks. And this, now that the time has passed a little bit, you can see that that's kind of also kind of what's played out here. Like, especially if you're looking at the Ethereum chart there, that red arrow is basically what we ended up getting. We got the retest and then the rejection. And so, looking at the charts today, we're getting, a lot more of that kind of like continued downtrend, and in the last 48 hours or so, starting to get a little bit of a bounce again, a little bit of a retest again, but still looking more or less bearish on the medium time frame here. So
yeah, even for ETH is definitely played out exactly, and then Bitcoin, there was a chance a few weeks ago that it could again tag the top of the channel. But what ended up happening is it got rejected at the weekly resistance and also where our indicator strength band is. So usually in a bear market or in a bear trend, price tends to get rejected at this strength band. And so it ended up actually making a lower high. So if we look at the chart here,
yep,
and this is Bitcoin right here, and see it's, ever since our indicator printed bull, it's just signal bull, it's just been going up. And here you can see the price got rejected and it actually ended up making a lower high. And that signaled that meant that it's gonna fall back to the base of the channel. And so it's still holding at the channel. We'll have to see if it just keeps bouncing around or it breaks down. Then it might tag the lower sort of support regions, which is like the 40K region.
Which is still a ways down. We're at 56 right now, so it's
exactly
not necessarily over yet out of the woods.
Yeah, exactly. But we just take it level to level. So right now it's just okay, but the trend is clearly down, as Max was saying. It's just been forming lower highs. So
lower highs and lower lows, staying in that channels.
Exactly.
It's very.
So now we'll have to see if the next lower low is still within the channel or it breaks down. And
with ETH already has broken down from its channel, so that kind of
long time ago.
That helps to kind of signal a bearish more sentiment also in the altcoin markets. I would say where Bitcoin kind of represents like the general crypto market sentiment, Ethereum can kind of hone in on like the altcoin market sentiment, I would say.
Exactly.
A little bit
Yeah, exactly. And we did expect a retest and then a rejection of the channel, which is exactly what's happened. There you go, it got rejected. And also our indicator had signaled bear with a change in band color to confirm the bearish trend. And that it was signaled, I don't know, but months ago. And you can see
2 months.
It's been ever since it signaled from the bull to bear, the signals have, it's worked out the way the indicator has shown us. And once it flipped bear, it was expected that price would continue the downtrend, but you keep getting retests, and that's just how it is. So don't get caught up with the retest. That's just natural.
Yeah, exactly. And if you feel like you missed, a move in like the short term, don't necessarily jump all in on chasing the direction. because we'll have a chance now. Like similarly, we've we retested the bottom of the channel and failed and fell, and then we're now fell down kind of like towards support where we're looking to probably bounce and then retest that channel again. So
yeah, or like at least like retest the next resistance zone and then like make another
like another lower
another
high.
lower
Yep.
high, and then maybe I'll continue all the way down here. If I'm seeing a trend line for ETH, this is a weekly chart again,
Yeah.
and I think it needs to hold. At
Oh
least we
yeah.
expect it to hold, or at least hope to hold,
Mm-hmm.
on the trend line, which is around the $2,000 region, and hopefully form a base here, which will then mark a bottom for ETH. Hopefully, if it loses
Yeah.
the trend line, then
Uh,
then
then it's a real
some
bear
people are
market.
going to be panicking. Yeah,
Yeah, then we actually get a bear market. Like you can really
yeah,
see, like you get a bit of chatter lately about like crypto being more bearish again or back in a bear market, but you can really get the sense of that being a little dramatic when you look at the Bitcoin chart that you have pulled up there. Like we've moved into
yeah.
that
This
bull market.
hasn't.
It turned green. It's still very green. It's like, yes, it's starting to close a few weeks now below the strength band, which is our first indication of the bullish sentiment starting to wear off. But like to already be calling this a bear market is pretty overzealous.
Yeah,
A little too
like
eager.
we like to see. Maybe we get, because also if you look at like previous bull markets, and this was like we got the halving,
Yeah.
and then we did get a pre-halving pump, and then like post-halving we did get like an in between like bear and bull sort of
Yeah.
like moves
So
before
yeah.
then the parabola, like then the actual like homo bull market phase started. So
And that seems very
this
like in
could
line with
be,
what we could be
you
getting
could,
now. Yeah.
yeah,
So
exactly.
eh,
Only it was like, the only difference is like it's been way more massive
yeah,
because
this
of like the ETF,
yeah.
which was what's different this time around.
Yeah, and then
And
there's a lot of stuff too. I read in like the news outlets or forums where people are talking about the ETFs and the in and outflow numbers, and a lot of
yeah,
people will take like outflow numbers to mean that institutions
yeah,
are selling which is just not. That's just
because
not
that
how it
doesn't.
works. It's the institution isn't selling. It's the people who are holding the assets that the institution is holding collateral for are
Exactly, and
selling.
also it doesn't account for like situations like carry trade. So like
Yeah,
people, might be selling here and then like whatever, but then they have perp positions, and just so that they can do their carry trade, and
yeah.
they might be actually like delta neutral or whatever.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I mean?
People might be
So
trading in ETF equities like in ETH and Bitcoin ETFs while also physically holding ETH and Bitcoin. So
which you wouldn't know.
yeah,
So like,
exactly.
so what we say is just follow the chart and
Yeah.
just take it level to level, which
Yeah.
has worked out great for us.
Yeah. So if you wanted to kind of get in on this with us, we'd love to see you join our Discord and join our community. If you jump over to maxi.io, you can sign up. First month is free. You'll get access to these indicators that we're using to, chart all these price actions. And of course, access to the Discord channel where we're talking about this stuff in real time as we're doing it. Like we showed, the screenshot with the arrows that drawn on them. That was the kind of stuff that we're sharing in that Discord like this. And so we'll constantly be basically posting like, hey, this is how the markets are looking today. These are the positions that we're interested in taking. And if you're also someone who wants to get more active about trading, have maybe a place to get feedback about what you're thinking about doing, it's a great community for that kind of a thing. So no risk to try it out. We'd love to have you. No hard feelings if it's not for you, but if you give us a try, we'll be excited to have you join the conversation. And hopefully you can, get a little bit demystified in the process here of how these markets move and how to participate in them. Hopefully we'll see you then though. And until then, kind of stay safe. Don't get shooken up by all this volatility, and, have fun. Remember, it's not everything. It's just some trades. So yeah, we'll hopefully see you soon. Otherwise, we'll see you in our next video. We will definitely keep track of how these markets are moving and when, the long time frames actually are starting to signal, the shift in a bull to bear kind of sentiment longer term. But for now, volatility is definitely expected, and we have our levels, we have our lines where we're expecting to see support. And so now we actually have, an idea of what we're looking for to happen in the coming days or weeks, and we can, make strategies accordingly. Of course, if you want some help walking through those strategies, come join us. Until then, see you next time. Later.